Interesting night. Skylar Massey, you're on the track. How are you confused, buddy? Do you, it's still left-hand turning. You can figure that one out. And it's not exactly like you're slow out there. Alrighty, let's take a quick look at the lineup as they run. It'll be Michael Whiting and Brian DeBoss Mansfield on the front row, Matt Stewart and Tom Land second row. Third row is Patrick Coluccio and Mikey Mixter. James Johnson and Wayne Bridges are in the fourth row. Justin Glover and Jim Cook in the fifth row. Then you've got Anthony Stevens and Nick Fancy Frank, 11th and 12th. And we move down and we've got Leo Giocondo and Skylar Massey, 13th and 14th. Drew Warren, 15th. DJ Kenner, 16th. Derek Turner, 17th. And Brian Burkhart rounds out the field. All right, 45 laps around this 2-mile track. Remember, it is not high bank. This is the legacy version, so tire wear is going to be an issue. They'll be a little bit loose on the cold tires. They'll be really loose on the worn tires. And the place you're going to see that the most is as they come out of turn number 2. Turn number 2 is definitely tricky in these cars, and regardless of the tires, but with that tire wear, it just makes it that much harder. As we step back, take a quick look through the field. And it looks like we're waiting for Brian Burkhart to grid, and then they will go green flag racing. Skylar Massey saying this not being dirt has him a little confused there in the 96. I'm sure he'll figure it out, though. He was rather quick in practice. All right, pace car is rolling. They will only have one pace lap, fortunately. This is a big 2-mile track, only 18 degree bank turns. The front stretch is banked at 12 degrees, as we mentioned. The back stretch is measly 5 degrees of banking, but that little bit of banking on the back stretch might save a couple of people as they come off of turn 2 tonight. The track is definitely very tricky as you come off turn 2. Once those tires wear in, it definitely gets even more tricky. While we're pacing, huge shout out to the sponsors for this series, B-Make Designs and Loud Wraps. B-Make Designs does graphic designs. Loud Wraps does paints for a lot of these guys in the field here tonight. So a huge shout out to both of them for helping keep this league and these events going, keeping them broadcast, and giving these guys a little place to shine. There are a few guys out here that do real-life dirt racing, real-life off-road racing, so it's huge for them to get a lot of visibility and just get some more time on the track. All right, waiting for that pace car to drop off. And we will watch them come down the front straightaway as they come out of turn 4. Go away, pace car. There he goes. Michael Whiting, Brian Mansfield on the front row, going to lead them down. Green flag is in the air. Here they go. And the outside line definitely got a better start. Brian Mansfield definitely got a good jump. He's going to slide down there, I would imagine. Yes, he does drop down in front of Michael Whiting. Michael Whiting comes up just a little bit. Matt Stewart trying to fall in line in front of Tom Land, not getting a whole lot of room as they come out of turn 2 yet. He cannot complete the pass. They're having to take it a little easy on this first lap. This is not a restrictor plate track, but these cars do take, because of the size of this track, it does take the full first lap to get completely up to speed, sometimes a little bit more. We've got a lot going on mid-pack right now. Mikey Mixter, Jim Johnson, Jim Cook, Justin Glover, all right there in the mix. Looks like Glover is making a pass to the inside. And they're going to go 2 wide. Justin almost makes it 3 wide going in there. Drifts up just a little bit mid-corner. He is getting way loose. Didn't get the nose quite set as he went through there. Drifts back just a little bit. Here comes the 32. DJ Kenner now trying to work his way forward. He's going to try and get around Jim Cook in the Pabst Blue Ribbon car. Meanwhile, up front, Brian Mansfield is trying to hold off Michael Whiting to the inside. They've got Tom Land right there waiting for a mistake. Tom Land is definitely good. There goes Tom. He shot it down in there. Almost cuts the nose right off of Michael Whiting, but he takes second place. That was a heck of a move right there. Here comes Mikey Mixter in the 77, the pink car there on the inside, starting to charge forward. He's into turn 3. Starting to pick up a couple of positions there. Biggest mover so far, DJ Kenner. Started in 16th, he is up to 10th, and Derek Turner started 11th. There's Derek. He started in 17th. He's up to 11th now. DJ Kenner just took 9th. Justin Glover now within sight, but Justin has picked up a spot already. And Justin is one of the new guys that will be running this season. It'll be interesting to see how he does. He's newer to iRacing, so we'll see how he does this whole season, and we'll be cheering him on. I know Glover's got a huge fan club. Alex Reyes in the chat, and that has to be one of my favorite fans. I love you, baby. That's my little granddaughter. Meanwhile, Mikey Mixter there is starting to drop back a little bit. He's regained a position, but he was going backwards. He started in 6th. He's back to 7th. Now he's back to 8th. Got to wonder if he got stuck there on the outside. They are getting really dicey for this 5 laps into a race. They are going 3 wide through 1 and 2. The tires have started to come in. They're starting to get some grip. Derek Turner is charging through the field, now up to 8th. DJ Kenner in that chrome car has picked up 6 positions as well. He is up to 10th from 16th. Tom Land still up there holding on to 2nd for the moment. Now Matt Stewart up to 3rd right behind him. And Michael Whiting has drifted back several spots. He started on the pole. He's now back to 4th, about to be overtaken by Coluccio there in the 9. Michael Whiting now drifts back to 5th place. Jim Johnson up to 6th. Meanwhile, Tom Land now has Matt Stewart right to the back bumper. They're 2 wide right behind him. Coluccio making the pass. He is Michael Whiting trying to fight back on the inside there. And Jim Johnson is making some moves as he comes up through the field as well. You saw him looking low, looking high. Mikey Mixter gets one heck of a run. Down into turn 3, drifts way up by the wall. We got some leaning on each other. Everybody manages to keep him going straight. But it looks like Patrick Coluccio is going backwards there, trying to see. Yes, that is Coluccio up on the high side, 3 wide down the front straightaway. We're not even 10 laps in. These guys are battling like it's the last lap. They're 3 and 4 wide all the way around the track. Mikey Mixter in the 77 into the wall, gets down and bumps Patrick Coluccio. Justin Glover, whoa! Coluccio goes way sideways. Glover had to check up and lost another position because of it. He's now back to 12th. Derek Turner, though. He's in the 6 car up there on the high side. He started in 17th, now up to 7. He is on the move here. Right up by the wall, trying to use some of that air cushion up there to get some speed. It looks like Derek slipped back a position, but he has still picked up 9 positions since the start of this race. He is definitely moving to the front and going to be one we watch throughout the night. Jim Johnson now up into 5th. Michael Whiting has reclaimed 4th, but after starting in 1st, he's gone backwards quite a bit, and that lead pack is still right there together. Brian Mansfield in the lead, Matt Stewart in 2nd, Tom Land in 3rd, all right there nose to tail. 10 laps into this race, we've seen quite a bit of bumping and banging. Huge shout out though to every driver out there. As much as they've been leaning on each other so far tonight, it's crazy that they've managed to keep all these cars going the right way. Patrick Coluccio was the biggest, had the biggest loss there in that battle though. He has slipped back. He started in 5th. He's all the way back into 14th. But heck of a save by Patrick. He is just, that was just truly impressive. They were side by side, and here he goes again. He's going to try and reclaim some spots right here. He's got Nick Fancy Frank there on the inside trying to use his mullet power. And the mullet is not helping at the moment as Nick Frank loses a position to Patrick Coluccio. Meanwhile, Skylar Massey in the blue and pink car are right there leading these two around. Coluccio is really starting to make, the mullet full power again. There he goes to the inside, picking up 2 more positions. And I gotta wonder if Nick Frank was saving some tire. He just came flying by there. Meanwhile, back up front, Brian DeBoss Mansfield, Matt Stewart, Tom Land. And here comes Michael Whiting. I'm beginning to wonder if Michael Whiting's strategy was to fall back and save a little bit of tires, because suddenly he is really starting to come back here. Let's take a look at their last lap times as they come around. There's the one we wanted. And here comes Whiting back to he is right back to the back bumper of Tom Land. I've got to think that he had employed some strategy there. He's 1/10 of a second faster than Tom Land, but Brian DeBoss Mansfield just is gone. He is quite a bit faster here. Tom Land there trying to hold Michael Whiting off. Michael had a heck of a run on that last lap, but just drifted a little bit back. Jim Johnson, though, haven't talked about Jim much. He started in 7th. He is now up to 4th. He is just steadily making his way forward. Jim Cook is another one. Started in 10th, up to 5. He's just trying to get to the end of the race to get his PBR. Matt Stewart back to 6th. DJ Kenner, as we mentioned earlier, in that 32, he's been charging through the field. Started 16th, up to 7th. He is moving forward quickly. Although he came through the field rather quickly, and right about now, lap 15, they are really starting to notice the tire wear. The lap times will start dropping off dramatically. It looks like Derek Turner has come to pit road. Not sure if Derek had some damage or what happened, but he is now on pit road. And you can see those lap times starting to fall off. Lap times in the 42.1s. Let's take a look at what their fastest laps were. You can see they've lost almost a second of speed as they run. That is just after 16 laps here. They're really starting to see the tire wear. Justin Glover has come to pit road. I've got to think this is a strategy move by these guys. They can split the race into two parts, do 2 pit stops. They're going to come back out and be a second a lap faster. So now you have to wonder if your leader, Brian Mansfield, is going to try and pit. Like I said, this is the legacy version of this track. It is a bit more abrasive than the usual one. And even though he's got quite a lead going here, Brian Mansfield can't afford to start losing 1 or more seconds per lap for very long. He is going to have quite a bit of the field a lap down, though everybody that's pitted. Nick Frank now on pit road, Skylar Massey now on pit road. So you got Matt Stewart, Derek Turner, Justin Glover, Mikey Mixter, and Leo Giacondo all have been to pit road and come back out. We've got Nick Frank and Skylar Massey on pit road, and everybody from 12th on back is down 1 lap from the pit strategy. So Brian Mansfield's got to hope for a caution here in the near future. If he gets a caution at the right time, he'll trap all those cars a lap down. All but one who will get the lucky dog. Anthony Stevens now going to pit road. DJ Kenner now back up in 6th place in the 32, trying to run down Jim Cook. And Brian Mansfield, these 4, everybody behind him, 2nd through 4th, is all right there pretty close, as it looks like a lot of the field is coming to pit road right now. Brian Mansfield hit pit road, Michael Whiting, Jim Johnson, Tom Land, DJ Kenner, Jim Cook, Drew Warren, all on pit road. Patrick Coluccio is going to assume the lead here and get some bonus points. Well, if it was a regular season race, I should say. And Justin Glover's going to pick up some position here as well. We'll wait for these guys to come up. Oh, Justin gets a little loose coming off of turn 2 there. Manages to hold on to it. Patrick Coluccio assumes the lead, and as I mentioned earlier, Coluccio is way slow coming into turn 3 for pit road. Michael Whiting, Brian Mansfield, everybody is starting to come off pit road now. I do believe when pit stops cycle through, it looks like Michael Whiting will be in the lead. We'll have to wait and see how things play out. Derek Turner currently being scored in the lead. We'll see. I do not believe Derek did. Yep, Derek pitted 4 laps ago, so we'll see as these guys all start to cycle through after their pit stops. Derek Turner pitted just a couple of laps earlier than everybody else, so he has managed to open up a bit of a lead here. We'll see if he can hold on to it. It's only about a 4-lap difference, but with 25 laps to go, that short pit strategy might hurt him. It might not. His tires will wear out a lot quicker than Michael Whiting's will. Michael Whiting now has assumed 2nd spot. Matt Stewart to 3rd. Brian Mansfield lost a lot of time on pit road. He slipped from 1st back to 4th. Jim Johnson now in 5th. DJ Kenner in 6th. Drew Warren is back in 7th. Tom Land in 8th. Jim Cook is 9th. And Justin Glover there on the outside is in 10th and trying to take 9th now. Looks like he might have learned a little bit on that first run, because he has started picking up positions after everybody cycled through. He had dropped back to 12th. Now he's back up battling for 10th. Or battling for 9th, excuse me. He's currently running in 10th. Mikey Mixter, we saw him get into the wall earlier. He's been fast repaired. He is now back in 12th, trying to reclaim some positions. Patrick Coluccio, he briefly assumed the lead. Now back in 15th. He pitted later than everybody else and looked like he might have slowed down on the front stretch a little too early. Meanwhile, Derek Turner managing to stay up in the lead. He started in 17th. He short pitted 4 laps before everybody else, and he has taken the lead for the time being. If he can hold on to the lead until Michael Whiting's tires equalize on wear with his, he might actually be able to pull off a little bit of a trick here with the pit strategy and take the win here. They have managed to open up a bit of a lead between first and second. Has a little bit of a lead. They've got right at a second over third place Brian Mansfield right now. Although on that last run, Brian was the fastest at the end of the run, so we'll see how things play out with Mansfield if he can catch back up. Taking a look at the lap times for Turner and Whiting. Michael Whiting is closing in on him. Looking at Michael Whiting and Brian Mansfield, Michael Whiting has actually been faster than Mansfield at the start of this run. We'll see if Brian Mansfield can close that gap up. He was 0.4 of a second faster on that last lap, though. And DeBoss is closing the gap. Somebody needs to, as Chris Ironman Standard said a moment ago in the chat, somebody needs to tell Tom Land to turn. Turn right now. Not like that. Turn now. Obviously referencing Tom Land's spotting skills last night at Daytona Road. Back up front, Derek Turner still in the lead with 21 laps to go. It looks like he'll probably have to make one more stop, but Michael Whiting now back to the bumper, and that 1 second lead that Derek and Michael had over Brian Mansfield is gone. Brian is now right back to their back bumpers. Michael Whiting just takes the lead coming through 1 and 2 down there on the inside, but Derek Turner's going to try and fight back on the outside. You definitely carry more momentum on that high side, but those 4 laps extra on those tires are definitely starting to show. Regardless, if he can hold on to it, if this pit strategy pays off, he is still up in third place. So he still comes from 17th up to third at the moment. Huge jump. And we've got a car, it looks like Leo Giocondo is on pit road. Not sure what happened unless this is pit strategy as well. Yeah, it looks like it is. He doesn't seem to have any damage. Well, Leo trying some pit strategy here. 19 laps to go. A little bit early compared to everybody else, but that early stop helped Derek Turner pick up a lot of positions here. And don't forget to stick around after this race. Yes, we're starting to see green flag stops. The final stop as Mikey Mixter is now on pit road. Don't forget to stick around after this. We will have the umps from the Lanier Dirt tonight. And that is definitely going to be an exciting race. We're looking forward to watching that one. Love calling races at Lanier Dirt, especially with these guys. That's going to be a ton of fun to watch. Michael Whiting and Brian Mansfield now first and second. Derek Turner still holding on to third, but he has drifted back just a little bit. He's about 1.5 seconds behind the leaders now. And it looks like he is going to stretch the tires this time around just a little bit further than he did last time. Still good strategy for as many positions as he's picked up so far. And let's take a quick look through the field where the rookies are running, the new members of this league. You've got Anthony Shepard in the 55 there. He is currently running 10th. Justin Glover in the 25 is currently running 11th. I do believe those are the only two rookies this week. Looking back to the field, I do believe those are the only two new members to the league, as Matt Stewart is now coming to pit road. And now we're starting to see the green flag pit stops, and I'm very curious to see when Derek Turner is going to take his. He's definitely got a fast hot rod here tonight. He can definitely pull something off if he gets the tire strategy right here this time, gets a fast pit stop. He can definitely run with those guys on equal tire footing. Meanwhile, Michael Whiting and Brian Mansfield battling up here side by side. You know, that's what Derek wanted to see. They will not pull away from him while they're battling side by side. And that's going to allow some of these guys that have been to pit road to take a bit of an advantage here. Looks like Nick Frank, Matt Stewart, Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixter, and Leo Giocondo have all been to pit road. Brian Mansfield making a move down to the inside. He's got a little drafting help right in front of him, Skylar Massey, but doesn't need it. He just kind of took off there. And here comes Michael Whiting back to the inside. They've got Skylar Massey there on the bottom line. Derek Turner now comes to pit road. He gives up third place to take to pit road for his final stop. Michael Whiting now battling back to the inside of Brian Mansfield. And this is quite a battle going on. 30 laps into a race, they are still battling side by side for the lead. And now I'm beginning to wonder, can these guys make it on fuel from here? And if so, will they try it? They last pitted about 15 laps ago. They might be able to make it. I don't remember if they were going to do a limited amount of fuel. They're trying to shake things up a little bit for this season, so we'll see what they decide on, what the final decision is for the start of the new season next week. And you can tune in to watch the whole season being broadcast right here every Wednesday night, 7:30 Eastern. We'll have this, and immediately after, we will have the umps at Lanier. We'll always have a dirt race, and don't forget, Monday nights, we've got the Outlaw dirt races starting at 7:30 Eastern, including the Enduro at the end of the night, which if you haven't seen one of those yet, go to YouTube and check them out. We do have a YouTube channel. We're always live on Twitch and Facebook, so go like, share, subscribe to all of those. And it looks like Brian Mansfield is setting up to come to pit road. Yes, he is. He is going to give up second place. And Michael Whiting is coming to pit road. They both lock him up. They get down to speed right before they get to the cone. Jim Johnson on pit road now. Patrick Coluccio again out there. He is in 7th place coming off turn 2. He's going to pick up some positions here. He definitely took advantage of that last green flag stop and took the lead. If he starts doing that next week, that tire strategy there, or that pit strategy alone, staying out just a little bit longer, leading to get some bonus points, could come in handy at the end of a long season. So a smart strategy play by Patrick here. Patrick Coluccio now being scored in the lead. Derek Turner has come to pit road. He comes off of pit road and in the lead again. His pit strategy is definitely working. 11 laps to go. Coluccio still has to pit one more time, and Derek Turner will assume the lead once Coluccio comes to pit road. Once pit stops cycle through, Patrick Coluccio out there in first. He's got a bit of a gap on Derek Turner. He could stick out there just a little bit longer, but Derek Turner, you can see the closing right there. He gained 0.2 of a second just coming through 1 and 2. Once he catches the draft off of Coluccio, Coluccio will definitely be caught. Here comes Derek Turner in second place, just waiting to reassume the lead here. Coluccio coming to pit road. Derek Turner will assume the lead here. That's going to put Brian Mansfield in second, Michael Whiting in third, and you know, Derek Turner has 9 laps to go. He's got a 1.2 second lead right now, and he is loving seeing that in his mirror. Those two cannot go nearly as fast. It's going to be a lot harder to catch him when they can't use the whole track and they're side by side. And these two have been back and forth the whole race, but huge shout out to Derek Turner. He short pitted on that first stop that put him into third place once pit stop cycled around. Held on to third place until he pitted. And with the pit cycles, he has managed to reclaim the lead. They are side by side down the front straightaway for second place. Will Derek Turner be able to hold these two off? I think these two are holding themselves off by staying side by side all the way around the track. Looks like they might actually be closing just a little bit on Turner. They both stopped about 2 laps after Derek Turner did. Yes, they are now within 0.8 of a second here. DJ Kenner started in 16th, now up to 5th. Smart driving and smart pit strategy has got him several positions here. Drew Warren started in 15th, now up to 6th. So he is coming through the field rather quickly as well. Jim Johnson currently in 7th. Tom Land 8th. Tom Land had some problems getting onto pit road. Let's see what happened to Mr. Land, if we can. Looked like he tried to get on pit road too late and just got into the wall. And Michael Whiting, in the meantime, just took the lead. Michael Whiting managed to close in on Brian Mansfield while we were looking at that accident with Tom Land. Now he is in the lead, and Derek Turner slips back to second. Still a huge accomplishment for Turner, who started in 17th and now up to second. And he is not done fighting yet. Derek Turner starting to look to the inside here. 95 of Brian Mansfield just waiting. It has looked all night like when Brian Mansfield is ready to go, he just kind of takes off. You see him just lurking back. Oh, Mansfield is in the wall. Let's try and see if we can get a closer look at the outside of his car. Doesn't look like it's too heavily damaged there, but bit of a graze coming down the front straightaway. Not enough to really slow him down yet. He has managed to stay right on the back bumper of Derek Turner. Meanwhile, Michael Whiting is opening up a lead. He is coming down to 4 laps to go. Got almost a 1-second lead now. Brian Mansfield now starting to look to the inside. And somebody else that is coming on strong, DJ Kenner, just took 4th. And he is starting to close in on the leaders. Matt Stewart back to 5th. Drew Warren holds on to 6th. Jim Johnson 7th. Jim Cook now 8th. Justin Glover has recovered after some falling back early. He struggled on that first run, but he has managed to work his way back up to 9th. And Anthony Stevens, the other rookie in the field, is now 10th. Patrick Coluccio back to 11th. Skylar Massey up to 12th from 14th. Nick Fancy Frank is 13th. Leo Giocondo is 14th. Wayne Bridge is 15th. Mikey Mixter, he had a great start to the race and had some problems during the first run. Now he is mired back in 16th. A huge heartbreak. He was extremely fast in practice and just no luck here tonight at Michigan. Tom Land, after the incident on pit road, he had been up front in the first couple of runs battling in the top 5, now back to 17th. Meanwhile, Michael Whiting continues to open up his lead. Brian Mansfield has now claimed 2nd. Derek Turner is in 3rd, but now I don't think DJ's going to have enough time to get to him with 2 laps to go, but DJ Kenner has been coming on extremely fast. And a huge shot. Derek Turner started in 17th up to 3rd. DJ Kenner started in 16th up to 4th. Drew Warren started in 15th and up to 5th, excuse me. These 3 guys, between smart driving and some great pit strategy, they have all managed to pick up a lot of spots. But Michael Whiting, who started on the pole, has been up battling in the top 3. It looked like it was just going to be Michael Whiting and Brian Mansfield side by side on this last run. They started the run side by side, but as we come down the back straightaway for the last time, Michael Whiting has a substantial lead. He's just got to coast it through 3 and 4. Brian Mansfield back there in 2nd. Derek Turner's going to make a last-ditch effort. Can't get there yet. Michael Whiting coming down the front straightaway. Michael Whiting takes a checkered flag. Brian Mansfield comes home 2nd. Derek Turner with an amazing run comes home 3rd. DJ Kenner 4th. Drew Warren 5th. Matt Stewart is 6th. Jim Johnson comes home 7th. Jim Cook is 8th. Justin Glover comes home 9th. Great top 10 finish for the rookie. The other rookie gets a top 10, so I'm looking forward to seeing these 2 rookies battling side by side all season long. Oh, looks like they're going to try and battle right to the checkers. Justin gets it there. Patrick Coluccio coming home. He's going to come home 11th. Nick Fancy Frank back there in 12th as he comes to complete his final lap. Skylar Massey is currently comes home 13th, and Leo Giocondo 14th, and Wayne Bridges 15th. 16th is Mikey Mixter. 17th is Tom Land. Tom had a heck of a run going early, but after that incident, and now Michael Whiting will line up for his official celebration, which he will get help from the rest of the league with. Tom Land will be the first to initiate the Outlaw celebration. Skylar Massey yeets him, lands on his roof, sliding down the front straightaway. And it looks like Tom Land has picked up some other customers off to the side. Let's see, there is Tom Land, and that is the 6th car. I do believe Derek Turner. We can always count on Tom Land to help everybody celebrate here. Not sure what Jim Cook is doing, but hopefully he's coming back to help with the post-race celebration. It looks like he is. There we go. Not much left of these cars after the post-race celebration. I don't think their crews are going to care too much, especially the crew of the 44 car. Michael Whiting comes home with the win. Brian DeBoss Mansfield comes home second. And Derek Turner, what a run. Derek Turner, DJ Kenner, and Drew Warren all had amazing runs tonight. And don't forget, don't go anywhere. Here in just a few minutes after the post-race interviews, we will be going to Lanier for some dirt track racing. The umps in the dirt. And Chris, just for clarification, I am Alex Reyes is my granddaughter. So she's cheering on her grandpa. All right, we'll see if we can get the winner in here for a quick interview in second. And I definitely want to talk to Derek Turner if he's available. Just an amazing run by that man. Ten four, Chris. I will take care of that. Oh, I see. Patrick Coluccio was slow getting into pit road on the first stop because he ran that thing dry. But I guarantee you, next week and in the coming weeks, that strategy is definitely going to pay off for the bonus points. I think our drivers might have forgotten to join us in the booth here. We'll give it a we'll give it just a few moments. All right, doesn't look like we're going to get to talk to anybody at the moment. So what we will do is we are going to step away, get swapped over for some dirt track racing at Lanier. And hopefully we can talk to a few of those, a couple of those top three guys. Patrick Coluccio is going to come keep company. So it looks like we will get at least get to talk to Patrick. And we'll see who else moseys their way along here in the next few minutes. And then we'll go get ready to do some dirt tracking, as Patrick Coluccio has joined us in the booth.
I told you I'd join you, keep you company.
I appreciate that. You had a rough start to the race and then just never really fully recovered, did you?
No, I think Mikey and I netcoded there.
Ah, that would make sense. It looked like there was a little bit of a gap between you guys, but it got a little bit rough mid-pack.
Yeah, no, I think Mikey and I netcoded there, and I just thrown sideways. But, hey, Michael drove the wheels off his car today, though.
Yeah, he did. There was a lot of battling up at the front. Him and Brian were side by side quite often. Speaking of Brian Mansfield, there he is.
How's it going, Doug?
Hey, good, man. Congratulations. I guess we're supposed to call you DeBoss now, but congratulations, DeBoss. Great second place run.
I appreciate it. Yeah, the boss is my wrestling name, so having a little fun with it. But it was a good night. I was running the Davy or the Alan Kawicki throwback scheme tonight in the Xfinity, and had a good run. Had a good first segment there to the first pit stop. Messed up on that first pit stop, slipped past my pit stall, and was able to run them back down. And it was a good race between myself, Michael, and Derek there at the end. Had a lot of fun. Tire wear was the key though, as anywhere at these legacy tracks.
Yeah, it definitely was the biggest thing. And I have to ask there, on that last run, you and Michael were side by side for several laps, and yet you guys were still gaining on Derek. Derek, on that stop, had only stopped like 1 or 2 laps ahead of you, so the tire wear wasn't that much of a difference. But man, you two were flying even side by side.
Yeah, I was running a lot of negative offset in the wheel. I was running -8 offset, and just kind of just like that first run, I was giving it a little bit of brake going in and basically rolling the turns and easy on the throttle. And I tried to do that second segment, but had a little bit more competition to that second after that second pit stop. And it was real loose down on the bottom. If you get in that gray area here at the Legacy, Michigan, it gets really, really loose. And I had a time holding on to it. A couple of times I was dirt tracking it and was able to save it. But yeah, it was good, clean racing all night long. And thank you to everybody for coming out. It was a great turnout.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the great second place finish. I'm assuming we're going to see you in an ump here shortly.
You got it. And congratulations to Michael on his win. One of the best guys. We talk about it all the time. Nicest guys in iRacing.
All right, man. Congratulations. Thanks for joining us, and go get ready to drive some dirt.
Yeah, this will be my first time in a UMP, so it should be interesting.
Best of luck, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
And Patrick, I'm assuming we're going to see you in a ump car here in a few minutes as well.
You can guarantee it. Be racing side by side with the boss.
Well, all right. Thanks for joining us in the booth, Patrick. And I'm sure we're going to be talking to you after the dirt race tonight.
Maybe it's an UMP. We'll see.
All right. Well, best of luck. You guys go get loaded up and get in your cars, and we'll talk to you here shortly. Alrighty. And before we go to our quick commercial break, just wanted to give a huge shout out. One of the guys, one of our followers in HTSAI, George Williams, as we talked about before the race, to this month, April, is Autism Awareness Month, and he wanted to give a shout out to Ryan Doggett. Ryan is an RC racer that George races with quite often, and he has autism, but he does not let it slow him down. And additionally, his dad, Eddie Doggett, is a huge ambassador for racing of all kinds, including RC racing, and does quite a bit for autism. So huge shout out to those guys, father and son RC racing team, and a huge shout out to George Williams for bringing that to our attention. We're trying to honor as many people as we can. So if you or someone you love has been affected by autism, please let us know. Sunday night, I know that we're going to be talking about some of the BRR members, but just anybody in our community, we'd love to help give a shout out to. So huge shout out to both George for letting us know and to Ryan Doggett and his father Eddie. So huge shout out to everybody. All right, we're going to get switched over. Get ready for some dirt track racing. And huge shout out, Chris Standridge also wanted to say, people with autism, you rule, and we love you. All right, we're going to get switched over. Don't go anywhere. In fact, while you're waiting, go hit that share button, the like button, the subscribe button on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Hit that share button. Let's see how many people we can get watching these UMPs at Lanier Dirt. Be back with you in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.